Hello, welcome back to Snowrunner, Season 16. You see, I am in the Chimera. It's ready to go out and make a little trip, maiden voyage kind of thing, so to speak. And so we're going to see what kind of trouble we can get into with her. The 6-slot trailers I was using with the fuel are not the ones they gave us, but the blue ones, the sideboards, are non-existent currently, along with the Kikimore that I had out, but I don't really need the Kikimore in here. I just pulled it out to show it off a little bit. And there was something else that disappeared on me because mod.io is non-functional currently. So, good thing that I don't rely on mods for all my work. And again, major orders pops up. We are not doing major order yet. I probably could just to get rid of it, but then something else will continue to pop up that I'm not ready to do. So let's see what we do want to do. We need to accept a few of these. Hello, Michael. Welcome, welcome. We need help with an important delivery. Some car spare parts should be taken to the logistics center, and several trailers currently scattered across the map should be brought back. We're sure you can help us deal with this in no time. I don't know if we'll do that one yet or not, but it's there. Surplus of power is the transformers. That one's only one transformer. That one's not too bad. Okay, that goes delivered to the transformer depot area. And it picks up in Solace Bay. And oddly enough, it went to the top gateway for Solace Bay instead of this one. Interesting. Let's go to Solace Bay real quick and check out where that picks up at. Okay. Transformer. See, now why would it send us to the top one when it picks up right there at the port? And you would just simply follow the road around. I say simply, but you know, I mean, it's a lot of zigzagging. And as you can tell, I have not even driven down here yet. I'm not sure why I haven't. I just haven't. I had the other day on my other map, Steve and Rio both had been down here. All right. What else we got? Making inroads is packaged sand times 2, bricks times 2, wooden planks times 2, small pipes times 1. Goes to the storage warehouse. Alright. What about these guys? Of course, there's major order, which is a construction rig semi-trailer, packaged sand times 2, and metal beams times 1. Everything gets delivered to Salt River National Park and picks up over here. Okay. Final push for construction. Deliver to the East Dam site. Cement times 2, packaged sand times 2, bricks times 4. We could do that because that is like the final thing for the dam. So yeah, let's go ahead and start tracking that one. We'll go ahead and grab me another little trailer to tow behind this guy, and we'll go pick up some packaged sand and cement. Where did the bricks come from? See, I know where that comes from, and I know where that comes from. Where do the bricks come from? Interesting. It's not showing me anything there. So let's go global map. Oh, it said bricks here. So let's go back over here. Final push and construction. Bricks. Okay, they're down there. Alright, not a problem. So we're going to go after our cement and our packaged sand first. She's got a meaty sounding engine. She'll be riding awful close, but should be all right. All right, let's do this. What time of day are we looking at? We are looking at 6 a.m. Now, several of you guys have heard me complain about hitting the wrong buttons all the time, switching from Snowrunner to Expeditions to Roadcraft. Always getting the wrong buttons. Well, rumor has it, someone was telling me earlier today that they are looking at, don't ask me why I went this way, putting a set of Snowrunner controls in Expeditions so you can switch it over to the Snowrunner control system. Oof. And not have to deal with that whole mixing the buttons up thing. So if they actually do go ahead and do that, that'll be great, because then I can, for the most part, have everything set up with the same button configuration. She's kind of seeming slightly underpowered. I ain't even got a load on her yet. And you hit any kind of an incline, it's not like it's real muddy here. It's just the incline brings it to a dead stop. No co-op tonight, Elijah. So yeah, I would definitely say this thing is slightly underpowered. I mean, even there, come on. There's nothing at all that should be stopping this thing from going. That's kind of disappointing. Well, I don't know. Depending on how this load goes, the Chimera may end up in the garage with a tarp pulled over. Hey, JL. So how's everybody's day been today? Is that a shop rag or a spare shirt in the little compartment there? Maybe my lunch frickin' bundled up inside a napkin. See, apparently nobody ever told this guy you're not supposed to go hand over hand with steering. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab something to drink while that's loading. I forgot with the new headset, I don't have to carry the controller all the way to the refrigerator with me. I can actually set it down when I get up and walk away. So what I will do is I will load the cement into the trailer. Then when we get up by the factory, we'll drop the trailer, I'll drive over, get the packaged sand, come back, pick up the trailer, and we'll go through that northern gateway. My fuel. Thoughts on season 16 trucks? I like the billet. You know, you just gotta make sure you use it appropriately. I like the buddy. The buddy's got some good uses. It's not the strongest truck out there, but if you use it appropriately, it's okay. This one, so far, I gotta go with extremely underpowered. mean, this is its first run out, empty. It was struggling on dirt roads going up a hill with no load. You have to put it into all-wheel drive. That has got a huge hitbox. Look at that. Ain't even up against it. How have I not ran into that thing before? I mean, see this? That's not that high, and unless I put it in all-wheel drive, it won't go over it. King Blaze, how you doing? So I would say this is a truck here that they definitely got to work on giving a little bit of a buff. Because it should not be catching on every little thing, bringing it to a halt. You shouldn't need all-wheel drive to go over a little bump or up a hill, especially when you're empty. Cargo management, we want to put that on the trailer. Look, this is not muddy road right here, but watch, it'll downshift in a heartbeat. See? It's already struggling. Yeah, they did some server maintenance earlier today, which has broken the co-op and the mod IO, so there's no mods available right now either. And they must have had an announcement on Steam about it, Steam or Epic, because Steve and the guys were talking about it this morning. However, I didn't get a notification on Discord about it until they were in the middle of it, and their notification was, "We're currently doing it." Saber playing with the program. They probably let a kid mess with the computers. Yeah, I heard some guy named JL got involved. Miss your turn. Nope. I mean, come on. Talk about underpowered. That hill's not that steep. But you got to try them all out. You can't just scratch them from the get-go. Got to give them a shot. Stupid trailer. Got to stop first. Elements, as said, In the next season, we're going to a jungle map. Evening, Steve. Yeah, season 17. I have not looked yet. I know they released a teaser as to what the upcoming seasons are supposed to be for year 5. But I have not looked at it yet. Yeah, I believe I seen his, and he was basing his thoughts on what the seasons were going to hold off of the new skins. But I did hear rumor that it's going to be something based like Peru, that kind of an area, South America. There's going to be a mid-season standalone vehicle? Possibly. They usually do something like that. Pictures of regions posted today. I mean, come on. Look at this. How did it even get into neutral? Full throttle, and it's just... slipping out of gear and everything. This is not boding well for the Chimera. September's driver's diary. All right, yeah, that just posted. Well, that's weird. My headset just disconnected and reconnected. So, I'm not sure what's going on there. It was kind of stuttering for a second. I think Sam heard something. There must have been something going on somewhere interfering with the radio signal, because Sam started acting all weird too. You know, and dogs sense and hear different things on a different range than what we do. That was weird. Did I miss the turn off? I sure did. Man, can I go down right here? Let me take a peek. Is that something I can drive down? Yeah. Yes and no. I'm not going to do it. We're going to go out the back side of there, and then I will mark my turns. Okay. There we go. Park and brake off, then start the engine. Christmas is coming? Well, eventually. I mean, we still got a couple of months to go on that one. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like the Chimera is more of a highway truck. It looks like it would be an off-road truck, but it certainly cannot seem to handle off-road conditions. It's bad plus. Well, in its current state, I'd say it's not very good. Again, that's just my opinion. But I had to take it out and give it a test run. I mean, it's not like it falls over, but it just struggles. Catch a bump, you know, you've got to be an all-wheel drive for every little bump out here. Can't put it in automatic because it'll never stay there. You're constantly shifting gears. What truck am I driving? This is one of the new trucks they give you, the Slider Chimera. About to be renamed the Dust Collector. just not a strong truck. Set yours up as a fuel carrier. Yeah, you know, I will. I'll test it out in a couple of different configurations. I like to give them opportunities to see what they're good for, but definitely for this, no. As MJ would say, it's got the Well, at least Sam finally decided he was hungry. The days when he has to stay home, he tends to not eat. Used it on a few missions as a 3-slot bed for the ones needing 3 pieces of cargo. Not wonderful, but got the job done. You know when the mods will be working again? I don't know if Saber's currently working on it or not. They did their update earlier on their supposed to be a server update, and ever since their server update, multiplayer's been offline and the mods have been offline. Alright, see you, JL. Have yourself a good night. Well, at least the engine's still running. Really? Oh. Alright, just for giggles, we will attach that safety line. I will say that's the first spot that it tried to tip over on me, and I got to repack my cargo. So I'm not going to jump up and down and say that it's really tippy, because that is the first spot that it tried to flip. Well, back on the paved road. Well, this ought to be fun getting up the hill to the gateway up here. I'll top off with the roof rack when I pick the trailer up. Refuel from the roof rack. Theoretically, that should give me plenty to get up to that fuel trailer on the other side of the gateway. Alright. And we'll bring morning back. It's close enough to bring morning back around. Alright, now to see how it handles this. Slow and steady wins the race. Alright, now this part here. Alright, made it up over that. I may have to, this headset I got has, you can either have a USB receiver that's 2.4 gigahertz, or you can have it connected through Bluetooth. I may have to try switching it over to Bluetooth. Bill Elliott would disagree at Talladega. Well, yeah. I mean, Talladega's a fast track, though. Just remember, if you ain't first, you're last. Not your favorite gateway? Hey, Brian. It's funny though, for the way it was struggling when it was empty. I mean, yeah, I'd still have to have it in low plus in order to get anywhere, because if I do that, it's just gonna try to upshift and then downshift again right away. See, we upshift, hit a slight. Well, it made it to third for a second and then back down to first. How's the stream going? It's going good. We're putting the Chimera to the test. A little bit of shake and bake. Not my fault this time. To be determined, generally. To be determined. The truck's a lot like you. Big but slow. Hey, nobody ever said that slow was a bad thing. Slow is fast and fast is smooth. What, Sam? Okay. Refuel. Chimera. Roof rack. And away we go. Slow's better than losing a load. Yes, yes it is. I was watching Nathan Province earlier today at lunchtime. Due to no MJ stream or anything like that happening today. Which was unfortunate. You know, that wonderful thing with the co-op not being down. But so I was watching Nathan, and he, right in the middle of the river, fell over, lost his load, had some cellulose on there and metal beams. Just delivered the fuel trailer for the last task on this map. Yeah. And then he had to go get another truck, drive all the way over there to write it. And it was a truck that he had set up for another mission, which meant he had to take it all the way back. And then when he got taken off, he gets going up the hill and realized he forgot to reload the cellulose because the metal beam stayed in his trailer and didn't fall out. So he just took off again and had to back all the way back down the hill again to reload the cellulose. It's kind of funny. Yeah, I'm kind of saving that trailer. It's in a good spot for coming through the gateway and everything, so I'm saving it till it's down to its bare minimum that it can have. Then I'll take it back and drop it off. Bring another trailer up there. You were watching that also? See, Nathan knew I needed a lunchtime stream. Yeah, I don't know. I seem to keep getting some stuttering interference with this headset on the radio frequency. So I might try to see if I can get it to connect via Bluetooth to my PlayStation. And see how well it works that way. But I didn't get any of that interference yesterday, so I'm wondering if there's just something in the area that's causing interference or what. Have a fuel trailer at the metalworks on the other side. Yeah, that's a good spot for one too. You can put it there. And either location's not bad. Maybe even right up there in that big open area by the gate itself. Nope, no cable on here. It's wireless. So, like I said, yesterday was the first day I used it, and I didn't notice any kind of interference or static or any of that yesterday, but today it seems to be just full of it. I mean, come on. Again, not putting on a good show for making me want to use it more. She is definitely a struggle bus. $15 loads of sand and a fuel truck in the big area outside the metalworks. Now, by 15 loads of sand, is that 15 loads or is that 15 skids? Fell down in that hole the other day. That's why the Mac is parked over here. They had to come perform rescue duties. see if it's got the power to stay at high range, at least through here. $20 bags. Did a few runs with trailer to save going to the sand warehouse. Yeah, I can see that. That's kind of a hassle getting in and out of that place, even if you fix the North Bridge, which I have yet to do. I was saying the other day, I kind of stole the wooden planks that were meant for that for something else. All right. Let's see how well this thing will back up this trailer. Oh, gotta be enough to get me close enough to refuel. Refuel. One minute. Yes, my mic was off again. Here I am talking away and talking to myself. So I was just saying, you see how low them steps hang? I wonder if the reason why this thing struggles getting over some stuff is because of the an overgrown hitbox. Revenue Dilshan. Hello there, sir. Let me know if I pronounced your name correctly or not. There we go. Hey, the car's gone. That's a nice sight right there. So, be interesting. I have not yet figured out exactly where South Fang found Mufasa at. I mean, I know it's in the National Forest. Yeah, it would have been. I drove right by it. Maybe we can get one here later. Yeah, I'm still getting the occasional static popping up in my headset. I don't know if you guys hear it or not, but it's rattling off in my ears. I'll be back with the bricks. Oh yeah. You also play Snowrunner, still in Season 4? Well, gotta start somewhere, right? Really? Battery low? I mean, I would hope not, because it was only 2.5 hours yesterday. So I would hope I would get more than 2.5 hours out of it, but I'm not going to say no. It's supposed to have a little voiceover thing that kicks in and tells you when the battery's low. It should go around. Yeah, well, with where it's at, you kind of have to cut through the middle at some point in time. The fun thing is going to be on my season reversal there to pulling that crane trailer across the river. Yeah, I think I'll use it for the bricks because it's going to be all highway, and we'll see how it does on the highway hauling a load. I mean, only a couple of spots where you're not actually on the highway. I mean, that. It's got good parking brake, I'll give it that. That's a nice screenshot there. Let's see what we can do from this side. Got to go up a little bit though. Hey, there's a cliff for Gareth to throw himself off of. You see that one right there that comes out to a point with all the trees on top? Think Gareth would throw himself off of that one? Yeah, we'll have to get this trailer back that way anyhow, so. Unfortunately, recovering back to the garage requires abandoning the trailer. If there was a trailer store on this map, perhaps. Yeah, we know how good the parking brake is. How about the regular brake? She stops pretty quick. So, I mean, there's the trailer get collected at the end, yeah. Looked at that cliff just before I said it and thought about Gareth. Yeah, I know. Isn't it sad that every time we see big steep cliffs, we just think about Gareth throwing himself off of them? It almost seems like he's earned himself a reputation. He deserves it. He definitely earned it. He's good at finding shortcuts, good or bad. Yes, yes he is. He's not afraid to try something. I don't mind trying things in an empty truck with no trailer, because then you do have that option to just recover back. But if I'm hauling a load or pulling a trailer, no, because at some point in time you got to get that trailer out. Always try. Yep. That's why we love them. Yeah. Good bunch of guys, that's for sure. I'd be proud to call each and every one of you guys my friends. I was telling a guy at work today, you know, because somebody made a comment the way I waved at him at work. He's like, "What are you, an Englishman?" And I looked at him and I told him, you know, I got a lot of guys that I talk to in the UK that I would much rather hang out with them than 99% of the people I know from the US. Just attitude, you know. You guys over there, you still have manners. People here in the US are the rudest bunch of jerks out there. Not to be insulting, but that's just the way we are, you know. Our somewhere along the lines, our morals disappeared, and our respect for one another. And I know I used to be just like that kid at work when I was younger, you know, where life was about insulting and putting people down, and it's just not the way it should be. Yeah, the crowd at golf proved that. Yeah, that's what another one of my coworkers was saying. It's the way the people were acting at the Ryder Cup. Just ridiculous. Yeah, I'm not sure if this thing's gonna get used for the bricks or not. I may drop it off and pull something else out for the bricks. Realize things easier the older you get. Yep. And like I said, I try not to clip on the younger kids and stuff that are like that, because I understand I was like that once myself. But a lot of that falls back onto our upbringing and what our parents allowed us to get away with and didn't allow us to get away with. For myself, a lot of it was pretty much growing up without my parents. I was in and out of foster care, and didn't have the friendliest childhood. So I became cold and callous towards everybody. It's taken a lot of doing to get beyond that. Which is another thing that I like about y'all, is you guys have helped me to get beyond some of that callousness. You didn't know you were helping me in the way you were, but you were. Go for a fem. Must be something about the word fem that YouTube doesn't like. Every time you've mentioned the fem, Steve, then YouTube moderation blocks it. Plaid still parks there from where I drugged this thing out to the main road. Yeah, with the fem I can carry everything all in one shot too. Don't need the trailer. And I haven't used the fem since I tried it on the Wonder Garden and kept crashing. Drink them if you got them. If you ain't got them, go get them. Hydrate. Or dehydrate if you're drinking a beer. I don't know if I'll get all the way back to the garage before it gets too dark. It'd be kind of nice. Used it on MJ's stream, was surprised at how well it went. Pulling a 4-slot trailer as well. Nice. Same goes for several people on here for you. I want you to mention your issues. You guys being encouraging. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's the great thing. You know, again, I can't say for every gaming community, but the Snowrunner community, everybody seems real good and supportive about all aspects, not just the gaming and helping people grow their channels, but about personal stuff as well. I think there's a lot of personal growth in it for each and every one of us. Oh, I got plenty of fuel. I don't need to worry about swiping anything out of there. Not to get back to the garage. Just an extended support network as well as a gaming group. Absolutely. Well, we're this close to the garage. I will change the time of day once we get back to the garage. Ooh, that bridge is good and dark, isn't it? Street lights work, though. There we go. You can see a little bit better. This one's got dash lights. Hey, Hodge. When did you get here? A few minutes ago. All right, cool. Stop ahead. Oh, there's the stop. Let's stop. All right, nobody coming? All right, we're good. I would have used my turn signal, but, well, they didn't give them to us. Usually say something and have to leave. Bathroom or who knows. Yeah, I know how that goes. Sheesh. She didn't like coming back in, did she? There we go. Person talks to you and you're not there to respond. Yeah. Then you come back and find yourself scrolling through all the previous chat messages so that you can see if anybody said anything to you. All right. Oh, let's see. See if I got any tires that are good on the road. No, average is about the best we got. So we've got the Jet ones or the same price. Let's see now what do those ones look like. And I like these ones better. Okay, time of day, 6 a.m. Leave garage. Blow the horn. Get back outside. And let's go get some bricks. Yeah, again, I went this way and didn't need to. Trip. Left the coffee cup on the step. That's not necessarily good. Yeah, it's and unfortunately I can't do anything about that with a PlayStation. Signal strength for the Wi-Fi is good. I wonder if it's a YouTube thing. The last time I had something like that happening, Lisa had popped in and told me that it was happening all over YouTube. And Sam's outside getting mad. He's been wanting to do in and out, in and out, in and out. And last time when I muted the mic and forgot to turn it back on was to let him outside, and he immediately wanted back in like 2 minutes later. It's like, no, we're not playing that game. Now he's been outside for a little while, so now maybe I'll let him back in here once I get over and get these bricks picked up. Had gotten your work boots soaked in. Ooh, light a match to them. That'll dry them back out. Did that, set on the step and lost them. Bricks. 4 of your finest, please. Thank you. Alright, I will be right back as soon as I let Sam in. Alright. Now let's get these bricks delivered. Like I said, I do like the sound that this headset has. I haven't gotten static in a while, so like I said, I wonder if there was something outside causing some kind of interference. Somewhere in Ontario, Canada. You know, I was thinking earlier today, Steve, what MJ needs to do the next time he wants to have a scout race on a point-to-point thing like that, you all need to be in the exact same scout. That way nobody's getting beat by a vehicle. Then you can see who the better driver is. With a pair of cats, near new, except for fuel. Yeah. My last pair of boots that I had was a pair of Caterpillars. They were a decent pair of boots once they got broke in. Now, probably some of the best boots that I've worn was some Red Wings. The only bad thing is it took like 6 months for them things to break in. It was just ridiculously long break-in time. That's not gonna work. No going into the tree. A little bit of articulation lock going on there. And there's Sam up in the chair behind me. Oh, see, just when I was saying it hasn't acted up, the headset stuttered for a second. Of course, that time it was right before a save, so could be related. Great, now he's bringing the ball back. Play ball, Dad. Play ball. You know, oh, I was gonna test it out and see if you could actually drive across it for a second, and then realize, wait a minute, those are concrete barricades. I can't go over those. They don't push out of the way. Because as big as these tires are on the Fem, I bet I could have done that. Drove straight across there. I think it would have done it. Oh, Red Wings aren't cheap either, man. Yeah, my Red Wings, I had the guy at work that worked right next to me that was telling me about the stuff at the golf match, tournament, whatever they call it in golf. He had given me 2 pairs of them because he used to work for a company that bought their employees new boots like every 6 months, and he and I happened to wear the same size, and he still had 4 pairs of Red Wings in his closet, and he gave me 2 of them. Nope, that one didn't sink. I can't remember which one it was I went by and the car sank. You're not going back outside, Sam. You literally just came in. Lay down. You heard me. Go lay down somewhere. What if I just sit in front of you and stare at you with this goofy look with one ear up and one ear down? See, MJ thinks he's got it bad with Hunter jumping up in his lap, wanting attention all the time. At least Hunter's not trying to get him to play fetch and start fights with him while he's playing games. All right. And away we go. Back to the chair. dropped to a very grainy picture. Is it still grainy? Here too. Fine when not moving. As soon as moving, it drops to almost, wow. Yeah, I see it on my phone now. Yeah, that looks terrible. Yeah, that's weird that it's so good when I'm not going anywhere, but as soon as I start moving, yeah, that's... And there's nothing I can do about the frame rate or any of that on the PlayStation. I don't think there's any options that I can capture options. Yeah, the only thing under capture options is for screenshots. Yeah, there's nothing there that I can change. Yep. The second start going, it just goes to crap. Yeah, I was just looking at that, Steve, on mine, where, like you said, when I'm sitting still, that's great. The minute I start moving, it's going bad, so. And yeah, my Wi-Fi signal shows that it's, you know. Yeah, I got a full strength on my Wi-Fi. Huh. No, on yours you can broadcast in 720 or 1080. Go to 720. Let's try that. Cause yeah, mine capture options, manual recording resolution. No, it's just 1920 by 1080 or 3840 by 2160. So that ain't gonna change anything. What's this one? No, I don't have that option from here. It might be something I'd have to change outside of a stream, because it is not giving me that option to change that. Overlay, no, that's... Yeah, I don't have anything in there that shows for me to change that. So if you guys are willing to stick with me through this, I'll get this finished off. We'll end the stream there, and I'll look around and see what options I have and try to change it, and maybe we can make it better for the next one. Wow, yeah, then it's just terrible. It's like the whole thing's just blurred right out. Yeah, when I first start the stream, it's an option. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. What's that? I'll have to check that as soon as when I get off here. Listen, it's hurting the eyes to watch. Yeah, I've tried watching a few streams that were like that before. I don't blame you, Steve. Like I say, I will investigate further what options I have available to try to change that and fix it after I get done here. Oh look, that fuel carrier trailer is almost empty, ready to go back and get swapped out. Yeah, it might not even be something that I can... Brain's trying to focus but can't. Yeah, it might be a setting that I got to change on YouTube itself. Yeah, it'd just be a random event. And I would say that's probably the case, that it's just a random event, because it's usually really good. Like I say, you know, even my headset's been getting that interference noise. So trying to watch the screen on my phone while I'm moving here just to see how that looks. Of course, moving real slow through the water on that part, so don't look too bad. For once, your bad vision is a good thing. On PCs, if the upload drops speed, yeah, I would almost say that's probably what the problem is dropping the upload speed. I mean, there it almost seems like it a little bit better, but not much. And Sam is just being an outright pest right now. All right, hang on a second. Got your screen dropped to 720 and it's watchable? Alright. Well, just reduce the resolution that it's streaming at or something. was on auto and at 1080. Yeah, you'd think auto would automatically change it to what's going to work best. Even at 720, it still looks out of focus at times. Depends on what's happening on the screen. Yeah, it kind of seems like a frame rate issue. Upload speed or whatever. It's real hard to monitor doing it this way. I'm waiting on a response to a request that I put in to see about being able to get a PC set up where then I can run it through a capture card and PC and have a little more control over such things. I wonder if I go to a, I'm going to try something, guys. I'm going to go ahead and hit the pause the stream thing and then unpause it and see if that resets anything. Maybe it'll make it work a little bit better. Alright, let's see how that looks. Didn't really seem to change anything, did it? Yeah, it didn't change anything at all. I mean, that picture almost looks worse than my first video that I did with my phone. So like I said, we'll get this delivered and I'll end the stream after that, and then I will do some investigation and see if I can figure it out. If anybody wants to stick around, I may do a little test stream afterwards if I can change the settings. 2 PCs in the dining room were brought grandsons, new ones, just a bit too far to do what you did for Gareth. Yeah, just a little bit. I had to slow down there for a second so I could look at the screen and see what it was doing. Off to bed once this contract is done. Could hang about for 5 to do a test. Yeah, like I said, as soon as I finish this out, which is just in a second, we'll go ahead and end this stream. I'll see if I can change a couple settings on the PlayStation and see if that changes anything. Alright, cargo management. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nice little cutscene. The final push in construction. Huge thanks for helping us finish the power plant's main building. Your contribution sped up the process significantly, which is why we're almost done with construction now. We value your help, and we always know that your support things will go smoothly. 2,450 XP, $30,700. Just restarting may fix it. Yeah, well, we will find that out here in just a quick second. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for watching. I apologize for the graininess of the last few minutes here. See if we can't get it figured out. Maybe it's just a connection process or whatever. I'm not sure, but we will try to figure it out. Again, I thank you for watching. Hope you like what you see. If you do, hit that like button. If you really like what you see, feel free to share, comment. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when I go live. And until then, we will see you next time.